I wanted to say that it feels so great to see Riri again after Wakanda Forever, and even her little short appearance in What If. And now she's up against magic, which is way out of her field, and way out of her depth. And I was just wondering, aside, from the hood, were there any characters that you considered using that didn't end up in the show, or characters you wanted to use that you weren't allowed to use?
Hmm.
Hmm. I mean, I will be honest, the Hood was kind of the villain from the get-go. Like once we landed on that idea, it never really strayed. So he was always the pinnacle for our antagonist. But I will say, if you've read the comics, you probably know that he has tendrils and connections to Dormammu. And there was obviously conversation about whether or not that was the
Yeah.
right sort of big bad to build to. And I think in the comics, it made a lot of sense. But in our show, we did want to find a character that felt more thematically connected.
And just to
Yeah.
add to that, like early on, we look at all of the Marvel characters who are in the cosmic space or magic space, and I think that's how I was introduced to Zelma as a character who I wasn't personally familiar with her, but I read a great Doctor Strange comic that we all read that deals with her, and it felt like she would be such a fun counterpart to Riri. So that's kind of how we landed on that. So that's very much our process.